but there will be a range hero. It's not going to be the Drow Ranger. It's going to be the Sniper instead. So I'm going to be backing OG, the original gangsters for this game.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Yeah, and maybe we do need to get Team Next Level on Egg Timer, so they can keep an eye on how things are going here. But yeah, looking at it overall, we're not going to see any early smokes coming out. Usually, again, every time we see the smokes now, it is towards a later portion of this nighttime.
You're looking like it. Ember's going to pop the smoke, though. Yeah, he'll be fine.
And they
took the right path.
Yeah.
So he's okay.
They do send the two supports down here now as well, so we might see a little bit of an engage coming out early on into this one. Shad, he does have that first point in the Flame Guard now as well. Finance, he's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Shad, can he get himself away from this one? Trying to run himself out, but one more right click, it will be enough to get the kill. And now Mixer, even moving down here. Finance will go down too. Can he clean this one up? Noma's going to try and get himself away, but he's going to be burning down here to the sticky napalms. He will fall. It is going to be a 2-for-1. You lose the Dazzle and the Tusk, but you pick up that first blood on the Ember Spirit here. Okay, you're going to be able to TP to the lane, so it's not a massive loss for the Ember Spirit, but still, giving up that first blood gold, you didn't want to give that away to TNL. And rotation coming in from Fernanzo. They might be able to make a move in the mid lane onto Stormstormer. Fernanzo, does he want to try and go in onto this one? The snowball is going to be the point blank out. There's going to be Shrapnel coming out. Stormstormer, can he try and lift through this one? Trying to use that Furry Fire to keep himself alive. The Icarus dive comes in now as well. Dual Raise, he's going to get low into this one. Daze rotates in as well. Fernanzo is going to be taken down here by the Batrider. Dual Raise, though, is going to be able to run himself away. The 2 points in the Berserker's blood, and he is getting the teleport. He is out of the nothing that Lelis and Daze could do, even though they were trying to pincer him out. Really nice kill on the Sniper in the mid lane.
As this mid Husker, absolutely no lane presence anymore. Down bottom, though, action's happening.
Oh, they're going to just get the pressure off into Shad. Shad's going to be in trouble with Daze rotates down now, so the Snowball comes out. It's actually going to be onto the Batrider. Shad still taking a lot of damage from this one. Noma's going to get low as well. The rotation comes in from Stormstormer. Stormstormer level 6. No. He has that Assassinate, and Fernanz, the Snowball is down. Oh, no. Stormstormer with the double kill, and like you say, because the Huskar relegated to the jungle, it frees up the rotations for the Sniper. And like you say, OG, they know this time, and they know that this is how they want to try and play this on the Huskar. So they are setting up for the punishment. Flame Break comes back with immediate blink away from Yawai. They are going to be able to get the lasso lockdown now onto the Tusk, though. So this is going to be Fernanz at least going down, and another kill for Stormstormer. While this is going on, it is creating space. I know Shad going to be playing more of that utility. In fact, we might see him build up the Shivas. Going to be the Blade Mail first coming out for the Ember Spirit, but still, this is creating space for OG to find the farm around the map, and just creating space for everybody. They are finding some great net worth here. They've got a 1k net worth lead, 3-kill lead 11 minutes into the game, and TNL, it is kind of, on their head that they have to step up and make something happen here early on before OG snatch the map control away. But he is going to be punished out. There is going to be a smoke rotation coming through for the side of OG now to try and get a counter gank coming out. Smoke's going to break on the high ground. Blows Punch comes out onto Daze. Daze, he's got that lasso up. Is he going to be able to get it off? He gets it out onto the Tusk now. Rolling Thunder comes through. It looks like the Tusk is going to live a little bit longer, and the Shallowgrave comes out onto the Dazzle. Supernova will be here as well. It looks like they get the kill. Sonic Wave, though, they take down Stormstormer. He gives up a decent chunk of gold. Dual Ray's going to get involved now as well. He will go down to Lelis. Blade Mail gets popped. Yawai's going to try and get himself away from this one, but he's got no blink. He's got no mana to blink out now as well. Having to use that one. Can they get on top of him and get this kill? No, he gets the mana for the blink out, and he looks like he might just be away safe. Ember Spirit comes up short on that Remnant, has a Searing Change, but won't be able to catch up to Yawai, who is back between the tier 1 and the tier 2. Away safe finally. Yeah. They see Stormstormer. Stormstormer's going to be making his way to the mid lane, though. Oh, no. And again, just the game sense coming through for him. He knows his heroes. He knows it might be unsafe, and was the worst place to be. It's separated from your team in your own jungle where they can't get to you. So they're going to change targets now as well. Going to the Batrider. Batrider, though, onto the high ground with the Firefly. TP comes out. No way. Daze, even through the Walrus Punch, gets himself into a prime position to escape.
Because you're at the point right now where you're realizing that you can't just play this like it's a mid-hero. They need additional right-click damage. Unfortunately, one of the things that Huskar was supposed to do was provide that magic damage. And one of the things Huskar does excellently is get the early Aegis. They actually need to fight this. Huskar cannot function in this game if he also has to play into an enemy Aegis.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to get over here. Can they get over quick enough? It looks like they are going to try and smoke up to get this Roshan fight going. And Shad isn't here either. Is he going to try and TP himself? So Fernanz gets spotted out now as well. Daze has that lasso if he really desperately needs it now as well. But yeah, one way or the other, this is going to go down. The Assassinate going to come through as well. Who's it going to be onto? It looks like he's going to be cancelled off a couple of times. The Rolling Thunder comes through now as well. They're going to kill him to Flacco. Sonic Wave comes out. Mixer, though, he had that shield crash shield on top of him, so he's not going to take too much damage from this or any damage at all. Shallowgrave comes out, but they've already got the kill out onto the Huskar. They are going to be cleaning up left, right, and center. Only UI remains. He's got that blink, just the blink up in 1 second. Can he get himself away to safety? But Mixer going to follow up with his own blink dagger. Another shield crash comes out. Yawai underneath the tier 3 tower. Does he go down to this Mixer? He's going to try his best best to get this kill. There's going to be the Spirit Vessel on top of him now as well. Yawai, it's going to be close. Is he going to be able to get himself back to the fountain? He has to use a Fairy Fire from the courier. He will just live. And this is just going to be another 2 kills on the board for OG. OG at the minute, fully in control of this game.
Another thing about that fight is we saw and we spoke about in the draft how much difficulty they're going to have dealing with the Supernova and how Huskar is the only one that can really hit the egg. The problem is when your Huskar is the one that's dying first, and he's about to die again, Rob.
Yeah, he might be able to get the kill, but there's going to be the Rolling Thunder into the Blink Dagger coming through onto him now. Duelraze, is he going to survive through this one? Has the backup coming through from the Dazzle? Shallowgrave will be here, so no way to finish Duelraze off. He will be able to get back safe, but yeah, like you say, he is the lowest net worth of all the cores.
But he's not going to be the one unless he's having an incredible game dealing out all the damage. But he might kill Stormstormer here.
Oh yeah, I mean, Stormstormer are going to be hexed up. They're going to be able to get the Walrus Punch off now as well. The A just breaks in mid-air. There's going to be the Static Storm coming out now as well. Kinetic Field gets dropped. Sonic Wave out for the Sniper, and the Sniper didn't even try to go towards the BKB, but they're still going to be able to get the kill onto Flacco. Now the Lasso lockdown onto the Queen of Pain. Changes targets. He's going to be able to get all 3. Oh baby, a triple coming out. Stormstormer fully in control of this game, fully in control of the hero. That is pre-BKB, and that was just a great response for it. Not only from Stormstormer to be able to get the kills, but the full team of OG to be able to make sure he lives through all of that one, setting him up for the success.
They really tried so hard to stop that Supernova coming out. They dropped the Static Storm in between the path of where Sniper was and Phoenix was, so he couldn't dive through it and hit the ultimate.
If or when Huskar is going to be able to get towards that Ag Scepter. I think that's going to be another good bump here for the side of TNL's aggression, and we'll see just how they try and play around that one once it's up. He's about halfway towards the goal that he needs to fully finish this one out. So still maybe another 2-3 minutes away here as he gets himself on top of Shad. Shad, though, he's got himself a decent amount of protection coming through from the rest of his team. Now Shallowgrave, like you say, has to go on to Noma now. Noma, he's not going to be able to get himself away. The Assassinate, the Rolling Thunder, everything in the kitchen sink being thrown at Noma as that Shallowgrave wears off.
Duelraze still doesn't really want yet to be involved in the game, but they're going to try fight this 4 versus 5. I guess they feel that they can't actually deal with another Aegis. That one was already difficult enough. We've got to stop it. And OG, happy to fight them in this area. We saw how successful they were the last time. So I'm not going to take any unnecessary risks. You have the Ember inside, but you've got some... Oh, actually, here's the jump.
Dive comes in, Huskar, they're going to be able to get themselves on top of Stormstormer. Stormstormer has no buyback now as well, but Duelraze is going to be melted down. There is going to be Shallowgrave coming out onto Duelraze. Duelraze, can he live through this one? It looks like he might just be able to with the Rolling Thunder. Is this going to be enough damage? It is. Lelis gets the kill out onto Duelraze, and now Yawai is going to be joining to the end part of this fight. Shad has a remnant to jump himself away to, but looks as when Yawai wants to do as much damage. No, the Sonic Wave able to dodge it off now. Yawai still on the chase. Shad, he's going to try and do what he can with the Searing Chains, trying to get that lockdown out. Dazed now as well. Fernand's low on the backside. Mixer, Yawai dives into him. There's going to be the Blade Mail coming out, so Yawai gets the kill onto Mixer. Shallowgrave comes out as well. Dazed, what's going to be able to do? The Snowball is going to be here. The Shallowgrave lockdown with the Searing Chains. Is it going to be enough? It is. Shad hang around on barely any health, but will still be able to get the kill onto the Queen of Pain. Sniper is up in 30 seconds. Roshan, he's making his walk down the river, and I think this is going to be, again, a lot harder. Second time around, all these ultimates spent, all these spells spent here on the side of TNL. Sniper coming back up. You know, they can absolutely walk straight back into this Roach Pit on the side of OG. And Stormstormer shifted items now. He went for the Chrysalis, maybe potentially going for the Daedalus, but it is going to be the Lincoln Sphere, because like you say, that taunt coming out from the Huskar dive out onto the Sniper, more than enough. You can't BKB. You can't Hurricane Pike your way out of that one. It was more than enough to get the kill. They focused their aggression onto the Sniper. Stormstormer realizes this, and he needs that protection coming out, just that instant protection, so he can get that BKB off if he desperately needs. But again, 13 seconds away from that Disruptor coming back up. They're going to try and contest this Roshan once again. OG are fighting around it, sending these illusions in from the Queen of Pain to see how low it is. Maybe trying to go for a steal here as well. Shad, Dazed, both playing around the edges of this Roshan pit. How is this one going to go? Do they want to try and make the dive? Fernand, he gets himself in. He gets himself just a second too early. He's going to melt to the Sunray, even through the Ghost Scepter coming out here. OG still have the tools to take down Fernand. There's a dive in from Shad, all from Dazed here. He could get dragged into danger away from the rest of his team. And he is still
half
HP. Low. Yeah, even lower than half HP. He has to get that Shallowgrave off. And now look at this one. The lasso comes in. Is he going to live through this one? He's going to try and do his best. He still gets taken down. No buyback. A little bit of a mistake there from Duelraze. Way out of position, it feels like, with no reply to get himself out. And I think this might be just the beginning of the end of this match coming through. In fact, the Stormstormer hitting onto the Ancient now. How do you get onto the Sniper and kill him off twice? This is the question at TNL. Do they have an answer for it? Okay, Stormstormer, BKB gets popped here. Sonic Wave comes through. It's a lot of damage onto Stormstormer. Sunray's going to be here now as well. Stormstormer just getting the right clicks out. Even with the BKB, you are still going to die if you get the aggression out. Duelrace gets a dive out onto the Sniper. Sniper coming in with that second life, though. He's already used that BKB. What can he do from this one? Get the right clicks out onto Duelrace. It's going to be the Taunt. It doesn't matter. Stormstormer just rips him apart. He was low enough to get the kill anyway. And yeah, this is going to be the game being called here. Game number 1, OG. It was, a great even from the draft, just being able to kind of turn this one around. You'll be able to answer back to that Huskar cheese pick, make it work, and OG looking so in control in game number 1 of this series.
And okay, Team Next Level, not only did they pick the early Sand King, which was unpicked in this tournament up until this point, Troll Warlord was also unpicked in the tournament up until now.
Again, I just can't see it, past like the 35-40 minute mark. I think OG, they're going to look to take these objectives quick. You've got the Templar Assassin, they've got this Pugner that's going to be able to, if you leave the lane, if you leave a Pugner in the lane, the Pugner's just going to be able to rip through the buildings at what, level 7, level 8? It's a big ask here for the side of Team Next Level. We'll see if they're up to the task.
The supports will have impact, but everyone's just going to be farming. Just farm away. They might go into Laylas, though.
Yeah, Blood Grenade comes out here. Shad's going to try and get the body blocks off here. They're going to be able to get on top of Pugner. Was that a Curse's Curse? Does that count here? As Fernand's going to get low now as well, but not enough for Shad to finish off that kill. Only level 2.
Stormstormer, while he's chilling, Mixer is just trying to catch up down bottom. And as we mentioned, because it's now 1v1, he has done a really good job catching up in the CS department. Almost right back up there, in fact. Just a marginal amount of CS behind everybody else that he was chasing before.
He might make a move here. It's going to be in the river, and he could go towards. If this fight breaks out, Duelrace is going to be down here, Flacco. But if you get on top of him, yeah, Mixer can come in. Avalanche is going to be the toss back right on top of Mixer for that crush now. Gets that right click off the burst right, comes in. Flacco, though, still taking a lot of damage. Do we have the reveal onto Duelrace? Duelrace is level 7, so he's going to be able to get that epicenter off if he really wants to, which he's going to throw out here. Stormstormer trying to get away from this one. Only level 5 onto Lelis, so there's no baby burden of life back onto Stormstormer, but he's going to live just barely on the very edge of life here. Yawai's going to rotate in now as well. Duelrace with the burst strike away to safety, and they get a 2-for-1 trade. Maybe no, they're just going to throw a goodbye Avalanche out to Norma as he
fight one of our strongest heroes on the map, and let's see how you deal with it.
Yeah, you see here, Shield Crash comes up for Norma's going to try and get himself away with a Swashbuckle too, but it means like the wraparound come through, like you say, it is going to leave him vulnerable here. He goes down, it's going to be a global stance coming out, but Fernand's still going to be right-click down here. The Burrow Strike does come through though from Duelrace. Can they get the return call to Stormstorm? He will fall. Flacco gets the credit for this one. Refraction back up here for Shad. Shad going to try and do what he can. There's going to be the life drain coming through from Lelis. They take another kill on the board, and a neutral deny for Daze. They take a tier 1 tower too. That is going to be... They lost Stormstormer, but again, OG, look at the difference in gold from that one. 333 for the side of TNL, 1,296 going in the favor of OG. They're just going to have to play a little bit of keep away here. Duelrace is going to be channeling with that AD rune. He has to back himself away. The blink comes in into that avalanche. Doesn't connect onto anyone, but they're going to be able to get the kill. Silencer will fall. That's going to be the global down for the next 25 seconds. And again, Duelrace, he still has this AD rune. Ooh, what are we looking at here? Yawai going to be chased down. Yeah, he pops that battle trance now. So, like I said, the grab fight comes out. It stops the right clicks. It stops that lifesteal, and all the life going to be drained away. No one gets a kill into Mix from the top lane here, but Yawai will fall. How's he going to go back in the mid lane now? It's all the epicenter. It is still going. Stormstormer gets low, gets killed off Norma. He gets the double kill credit, and a tier 1 tower should go the way of TNL. So that was a good counter engage coming through from the side of TNL.
A little bit unfortunate from the side of OG. The fight's not over.
No, they want to go into this one now as well. There's going to be the rock being dropped here as well, but can he get himself away? Norma will fall from this one. The burst strike away to safety for Duelrace. The chase from OG. Do they want to go even further onto this one? The Crafify into that life drain. The Bedlam comes out to Flacco. Flacco, no way. He gets himself away. One more. Anything? No, the burst strike. It keeps him alive. The overextension from Daze just could not finish what was on his plate.
I told you, brother, we're going to have a bombastic game on this one. This is a fighting game. This one. There we go.
Yeah, what we will see here is Yawai maybe acting as a little bit of bait. This could be the nether wall going down now as well. Global Stance will come out. Lelis, he was the only one forward. Like I said, that Yule Scepter comes out here as the battle trance get cast here. Lelis still gonna get low. He gets killed off. His teammates not close enough behind to try and contest. So it was a bit of bait being dangled from both sides here, and it does pay off slightly better for the side of TNL, but it did, again, it cost them a rock. It cost them the global stance. It cost them the battle trance. So
If I'm Lilas, that's the most worth death I've ever had in my entire life. 4 ultimates, and your Y is actually alone. Look what the rest of the team is. He might die here.
Yeah, cannot get himself away from this one, and this might be the opening here. Lelis is going to be coming back to life. Fernandes, Norma, Dual Rays all going to be smoked up. They're going to look towards getting wards down here in the wave, but this might at least be the setup for OG. If they can take another fight from this one, if they can get a good kill, might be able to set up for some objectives around the map, maybe set up for that Roshan too. But Shad going to be in trouble. The refraction is going to be down. He's going to be on half mana now as well. He gets that refraction and the blink off Dual Rays. He can't get up to the high ground. The TP away from the Templar Assassin. He's just barely away. Yeah, there does come into the question, is that greater force, like you say, Gaming getting involved just to try and stunt us from winning this one? We might see, okay, what we're actually going to see is Daze being thrown down the river here. He's just being babysat here. Roshan, Daze? Daze?
Oh.
Okay. I don't know what was going on there. All it means, though, OG gonna set up. They're gonna try and trade this Tormentor. We'll see how quickly they can do this if they want to try and go for this fight, because they've already lost Stormstormer. They're gonna give away a Tormentor for free. I genuinely don't know what Daze was doing in the river there.
And now they're gonna try and trade for that Tormy into Roche. They're inside with the Desolator, full Hurricane Pike for Shad. And of course, Mixer shows up, and they know something is happening on the side of Team Next Level. They have smoke up on 2 supports going for a Shrine of Wisdom, but nobody's in the area to really stop the Roche. So looks like it will go the way of OG here.
No global for him, no life for him. He has been taken care of. And you can see the TNL, they're slowly being forced back and back. The area they can farm safely is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Stormstormer with that little hop up. Can he find Dual Rays? He's going to be the Burst Strike. It's going to be into that epicenter now. The Yule Scepter going to keep him alive a little bit longer now as well. The Grab Fight comes out onto Sun-King. Sun-King takes a whole lot of damage. Just get the kill out onto Stormstormer first before he goes down. Mixer going to look for the crush and the kill. They take down a 1-for-1, maybe a 1-for-2 trade here, because Flacco TV's into this one. He's going to be killed off now too. I don't want to call it a sacrificial lamb, because he's not, it's not like he's not having impact, but yeah, like you say, he's getting that scouting rollout. He's having that high impact initiation. Norma going to try and get away from this one. The Rolling Thunder does come out here. Norma going to be caught inside the Lotus Fountain, though. It doesn't quite have that turning circle to get away from this one, so it might cost him here. Trying to go for that TP, anything to cancel this one off. He's going to be the damage coming through, but he will complete on the TP, just barely gets out alive though.
Your Y is not fine though.
No, there's going to be the Avalanche coming through once again here. Look at this one. Shad doesn't even care about the troll. He's going to go even deeper onto Fernandes, and Fernandes is going to disappear. Magic Tricks coming out left, right, and center. And now Flacco going to be in trouble as well. He's going to drop that rock, try and keep himself alive, but Lelis will be able to get the kill. Yule Scepter comes out onto Stormstormer. Stormstormer is going to be alone from this one. The BKB as well is down for Yawai in the next second or so. He has that battle trance if he wants to use it. The right click's coming through from Daze as well, where the Bramble's going to walk himself into that Bramble maze. It looks like with the Cursed Crown, can to get the kill. He's going to be unstanced here on the Troll Warlord again. Has that battle trance. There's going to be the Bedlam coming through though. Yawai, he pops the battle trance to Yule Scepter. It was a great bait mate coming out here from Daze. He's going to try and waste as much time on that battle trance as possible. The backlines, Epicenter going to come through here. TP away could be cancelled out by the Rolling Thunder. So they get a turnaround. Really well played from TNL, holding the times on the items and the spells to have the most impact in this fight.
We'll see. They also have a Tormentor that they're pinging out right now that they want to try and claim. Unfortunately, the last Tormentor was not claimed exactly at 20. It was slightly afterwards, so it's not immediately there, but it arrives just as they spawn. Should be able to take it. And the point I wanted to make is that having Mixer in the game on the slaughter, eventually, yes, when everybody gets 6 slotted, Mixer gives you like an extra like half an item of damage.
Okay, well, we might see another fight breaking out here. The Global Sound's still down for another 30 seconds. Roshan, it's going to be the Roshan Raw. And Yawai, was that because of the tree toss? I think it might have been. But Yawai, he's going to be inside that Roche pit. He's looking to try and slow this Roshan down. Can they get involved here? The smoke coming out from both sides. Yawai, he's just going to be in his pit. They may be able to... No, Avalanche comes in. There's going to be the toss back now as well into the Troll Wall. Troll Wall, do they have enough control? Rolling Thunder's going to be on the mark. No, they've got the control out to Mixer. Mixer takes a lot of damage.
Nice.
The Echo, it's going to be more than enough to get the kill out. And now they go even further. They take down Lelis. And really well played here by, the Epicenter having that massive impact. And it's going to be 2 heroes dead. OG.
If you found him first, right, with guaranteed hard disable, with the silences and everything, that would be one thing. But it took a little bit of time as he's getting out the pit. He got off the Dispel, got off the BKB, and now Stormstormer's in trouble again. Yeah,
he's got his BKB into the TP out, though. No bashes around to cancel that TP out. It's wasting a little bit of time here. Roshan down to about the last third of his health, but it is taking time to get this kill. So 20 seconds on the respawn. And again, big spells are down here. Is this the reset that OG... Okay, not quite the reset that they were looking for. The Terrorize comes out now as well. It's going to force the Troll away from this Roshan pit. The right clicks, the Ghost Scepter going to keep the Silencer alive. There's going to be jumping here from the Sun King right on top of Shadow. What can they do with this one, though? There's going to be the great avalanche coming out here into that toss in, and still they want to go. They want to try and fight around this Roche pit, but again, there is going to be the Bramble Maze down here. Roshan, the buyback comes through from Daze. Stormstorm is looking for the force staff into the Roche pit now as well. Can they get the lockdown again onto the Troll Warlord? The Troll Warlord gets nobody gets a battle trance. The last sliver of health. Stormstormer, he steals away this Aegis now as well as the kill. They get something from this OG. They're going to get a kill onto Yawai now. They've got this Aegis going to be respawning now onto that Tiny. Can they go for more here? It will be a dieback onto Daze if he gets caught out and killed off like this one, but the life being baby birded back into him from that Pugna, and they keep Daze. They get the kill onto Flacco. Can they go into Norma? No, Norma going to be able to get the TP back to base, but it's going to be 3 heroes dead.
Nah, gang, the game actually is against them. The one Rolling Thunder, it hit onto the Dark Willow, pushed her back into the river, into the LOS of the life drain. That keeps her alive, makes it impossible for Pango to keep the fight going. And also, man, I will say that the way they were kiting your wire, my goodness, Daze is my MVP of that fight. His buyback on the Dark Willow, yes, of course, Stormstorm was the hero because he went in first. He created the chaos on the second go. You know, the first one, he was a bit of a villain, but the second go, he was a hero. But man, Daze just made sure that that fight, no one was going anywhere. You basically have to pick your poison. You're going to try to finish this Roshan, or you're going to try to win the fight. You cannot have both. Shout out to him. Really good terrorize as well towards the end of that fight. Now, your white still 10 seconds in the grave. There's a banner. They've taken bottom lane of Rax. Here they are about to secure the second lane. There's not really anything that they can do about this for TNL.
No, look at this one. Norma's going to try and get the dive in. Shiva's guard comes out as well. It does actually proc onto Shad. Shad pops his BKB. The right clicks out onto Norma. Norma going to have to go for that Rolling Thunder in the other direction now, taking so much damage from Shad. And it is going to force OG away, so they don't completely finish off, but it's going to be the range racks in the mid lane now as well. The TP away, but there's going to be a really nice kill coming out on from Yawai.
To pop BKB in that situation, they don't have greatest vision of him. Fernand's just dies somewhere. My goodness.
1-11-11 on the silence here. Shad might go down though. It's a big throw from the side of TNL. Throwing everything at this the Templar Assassin to be able to get this kill. Yawai going to be chased down once again. There's going to be a crappy fight coming out here for the Pugna. Pugna going to get himself away from this one. The Burst Strike, it will connect. So again, TNL, they are going to be able to find a couple global stance, and the buyback being committed for this as well. To get that kill, Lelis takes down Flacco first. Yeah.
They're going to really struggle dealing with the double rock, honestly. Like, one rock has been problematic enough. 2 of them is tough, but look at Stormstormer.
Well, they're going to try and make a move here. Can they get on top of him now as well? It's going to be a lot of damage coming down to Stormstormer. Stormstormer is pretty much dead. He has to pop the BKB. The force stuff going to be kept alive just barely. And again, the life being brought back here from Lelis. Oh, Norma. Can he get himself away? That Rolling Thunder. The global silence comes out now as well. Norma going to try and do his best, but Mixit immediately gets on top of him now as well. The rock going to be dropped here. It's going to be the buyback from Norma. How does he get involved in this fight? He's going to be able to get himself over to the shrine, over to the outpost, excuse me. And now Mix's BKB is going. It's going to be backed up once again. Buybacks coming through left, right, and center. If they've got him, you got to use him here. The Sand King will go down. The right clicks out onto the Troll of the Troll. Going to get the battle trance off. It looks like it might be Shad going down. Another force staff as well as Lilith. Going to try and keep him alive as long as possible here. And Shad, can he right click through? He can. Yawai will fall. And it's going to be again the Templar Assassin being kept alive a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer. But this is an all-in from the side of TNL. They have used all of their buybacks. If they lose this one, it is good night TNL.
Yo, Layla's God. The fight's not over though. You still gotta talk, brother.
They're going to go. The Curse Crown comes out here onto the Silencer. Silencer's going to be Curse Crown up now. They get the damage out. They get the kill out onto Fernandes. Flacco's going to be gone now as well. It's going to be Yawai and Yawai alone, and he cannot pull this one off. 1 versus 5. They might be beaten and bruised here after this life side, but OG, they get the GG.
Keeping Mixer alive, keeping Shad alive, keeping Daze alive even before the buyback had to come out. Man, Lila's played maybe one of the best end of game fights that I've seen in a very long time.
They're going to go for the Timber. I was going to say the Underlord, but they're going to have that Timber. They're going to have the jump ability. They're going to be able to get through those sprouts as well. The Timber Saw, big tanky boy, can take a lot of pressure, can get on top and just pump out the damage as well. So I really don't mind this one. Pressure out into the top row, and they want potentially to get the gank. But again, on the other side, Shad breaks that smoke, I do believe. The ward goes down in the Radiant jungle, but Fernand's not going to be able to spot this one. I think this time they are going to let this one go. So yeah, both teams looking for it, and it is going to be 3 bounty runes going the way of TNL, but Stormstorm taking some pressure in the river. Can they go for any more into this one? Yeah, because Yawai now, there's going to be this Catapult coming out to try and slow him down. The Blood Grenade comes through now as well as the Thunder Strike. He has his help of the team behind him. Another Blood Grenade, and Lelis with that casual just Kobe gets the kill out onto Yawai. Yawai could not get himself away. Coming out between the 2 mid laners. Oh, Sunstrike again.
Chad.
Oh, really well
Chad is
played.
dead, but so is Duraze. Duraze is going to die for sure in the mid lane.
Does he pay for this one? Yeah, there is going to be the tree grab coming out now as well. Kinetic field, the rotation coming through from Lelis to try and get the kill. Like you say, yeah, Dora is going to be made to pay for that one. Lelis gives his life to get that kill, forces a rotation, but Mixer now gets a kill onto Flacco in the top lane. Can he get any more from this one? Mixer's going to get really down low. Has to go with that Timber Chain away to safety. Yeah, being chased down by a creep wave, Naga Siren illusions, as well as no treants just yet for Yawai, but yeah, trying to stack it up onto Mixer, so Mixer away safe.
I think we're seeing what I was talking about in the draft about their damage issues, right? For example, on the other side, the reason why Yawai has not really been able to make that kind of move onto Shad, like, think about the commitment. We'll see now, actually. You'll see very soon what the problem is.
RP comes out. Sunstrike's going to be here now as well. Shad the Cookie again. Not going to be able to save his life. Norma going to be taking a little bit of damage now as well. Stormstormer TP's in. The Glimpse is going to be down here. Can they get the kill? Terrorize comes out. Going to keep Stormstormer from going forward onto this one. Norma's going to be low. And again, Yawai, he wants to get involved in these fights underneath the tier 1 tower. Stormstormer try to run himself away. The Sprout comes out once again. Chakram's going to be here from Mixer. Mixer going to try and get involved. They get the kill onto Stormstormer. Mixer takes down Fernandes. So again, trading heroes, but this time TNL going to be the ones that come off better in the trade.
And building straight into that Aghanim Scepter for himself. Wants to make sure that we have that Cataclysm going after the Song RP combination.
Yeah, oh, he might go down here though. Look at this one. The multi-kiss is going to rain down. It's not quite enough to get the kill. Dual race, it will. The final hit, just enough to get the kill. Cost Stormstormer his life though. Yawai getting another one on the board. And you were talking about it here. The aggression from the Nature's Prophet might just be the difference here between these two teams. Yeah, well, let's see how the smoke is going to go. It does break in now, so there's going to be the dive in. The Avalanche comes out. There's going to be the toss as well. Song comes through, though, and they don't get the kill out onto that Dark Willow. So do they want to try and reset? Do they want to try and go for a little bit more here? Like I say, there is going to be the Static Storm coming out, though, so that's going to be the blink in from the Magnus. It cancels off the RP, though. Not going to be able to get that one away. Has to go back for the reset. Might still be able to get the kill onto Daze. Backlines as well. Lelis going to be taken down by Yawai. Yawai comes in with that completed BKB. Sprout comes out, gets the trap onto Stormstorm, and Mixer trying to run himself away from this one now as well. And again, it's the layers of the counter engagement coming through here for this side of TNL. Norma gets the RP out into Stormstormer. They take down Shad too. There's going to be the Cataclysm with 4 staff out. It keeps Stormstormer alive. Can they get anything from this one? They do take down Norma, but that is just a consolation because it costs them 2 buybacks to get it, and they lose Shad too.
Yawai's dying though.
Oh! Overextension here maybe now as well. The multi-kiss is coming out point blank as well. Fernand's going to try and do what he can to get the kill onto Daze to send him into that dieback, but okay. Over commitment coming through from the side of TNL. They stuck around just a little bit too long. Oh, the TP. Yawai, can they get the kill onto Mixer? Finally now, the 4 staff comes forward. Mixer going to be taking that right-click damage. So that Storm Connecting Field comes out. Shad is going to be here. You were talking about it. He gets that Doom off and will be able to get the kill. Dual Raise takes down Daze, but not worth the trade of Yawai falling there too. Oh, Glimpse.
Back. They might not be done. Okay, no, they're done.
Yeah.
But you just see the difference that's made when... So part of the problem they had coming into that fight is, yes, they force out the early RP, Magnus TP's out under the auspices of the song, but most of that fight was unfolding 5 versus 4. They do not have an answer right now for this Nature's Prophet. No. And remember, friend, this is before Alacrity. He barely has empower. At least they get a kill on Fernandes, but it costs Morty's kisses.
Yeah, we'll see here. Norma gets the RP off. There's going to be Cataclysm coming out now as well. The damage comes out onto Mixer. Mixer, though, does he want to try and put this one onto Flacco? There's going to be the Scorched Earth coming through now as well, but Flacco, does he try and set up for this song? Maybe put Shad in an awkward position. The damage to the Cookie to get Shad out. It will be enough for the retreat here, so they trade off again. At least one support for a couple of big spells, but yeah, Stormstormer going down there was not in OG's plans.
Now they're just straight up rushing, feeling quite confident that OG will not stop. But OG are coming. They smoked up on some heroes, but it might be too late.
Yeah, you're going to have the Naga Siren here, so the Aegis goes away if Yawai Song comes out from the Naga Siren. Multi-kisses are going to be dropped here. Can they get the damage out to get the kill out? No, the TP will complete now, and the TP as well for the Naga Siren just on the very end of that song.
Unfortunately, with Dota, sometimes I remember one of the greatest, well, I'll tell you about it just now, Norma, RP.
Oh. Yeah, they're going to be able to get the damage to Cookie, though. It keeps him from the Cataclysm. They're going to have the skewer back 4 staff around. He's being bounced around like a pinball here. Yule Scepter comes out for Stormstormer. It's going to be the Tornado now as well. The Tornado should get the kill out onto Crumble in the Storm, man. Yeah, Stormstormer will fall. BKB out for Shad, though. Shad's going to have to use that to run away. 4 staff comes out from UI. Yawai's going to be low on health, but he has that Aegis to throw if he needs it. The Glimpse comes back as well. Underneath the tier 1 tower, Aegis will pop, but you are 2 heroes, 2 core heroes down on the side of OG. Mixer now pops that BKB. What else can he get from this one? Curse Crown comes out into Mixer. Mixer, though, he has that BKB. Going to try and get himself away with the Timber Chain Song for the reset. Who else can they go for here? They're going to set up for Mixer once again. And Mixer, that BKB is down here. Yeah, you say Yawai, he wants to fight, he wants to kill, but the Timber Chain away to safety, back behind the barrier. And OG, they lose 2 more cores, but it's not going to be a full team wipe. Just can't keep up the pace here. 10k net worth behind. 7 kills at 34 minutes. I'm not saying the game's over, but like you say, where is the damage really going to come from here? Stormstorm are going to be forced out to pop another early BKB. Doom on the back lines. Can he get the kill out this time? Because again, look at this one. Even Yawai with that Doom on top of him, he just turns around with the right clicks and pumps out so much damage onto Shad. And Shad has to run himself away from this one. Nature's Prophet not going to be killed off by that one. Maybe with the glimpse coming in now as well. The song though, the Doom isn't going to be enough damage. The jump comes in. He didn't have the BKB anymore.
No
the TP
way.
out and the song save his life. And the RP into the Cataclysm. This is going to be a cleanup for the side of TNL. Yawai just TPs himself right back into this one. They take down 3 out of the 5 heroes on the side of OG. Really well played for the side of TNL. He takes Yawai. Yawai gets a kill out onto him in like 2 hits, and Lelis just nothing he can do. Doom comes out into Yawai. Yawai's gone too far. He was the overextended. No, he's going to be hexed out. Can't get that TP away. And this is going to be the death here. Yawai.
Nope, I'm up.
No. Oh, is this a free Roche? This is... The RP is here. Cookie comes forward now. That's speaking about the RP. There it is. Going to be the BKBs up from both of these heroes, but it's going to be the physical damage. Never mind. TNL just with the bait of baits here. They say, yeah, oh no, yeah, well, I out of position. What are we going to be able to do? But they get another 2 kills on the board. And like you say, what do they really do here? Because it looks like they want to carry on coming forwards. The Invoker, the Magnus might be enough just to come through. Maybe try and potentially end this game. Going to be the buyback coming through from Shad. It looks like we're hitting Butch and Sundance time here for this match. On the side of OG now, Shad trying to make a move onto Norma. EMP comes out now as well. The song, and there's no BKB for the Doom. Sunstrike, is it going to be in time here? Do they want to try and make a move onto Doom? They're going to try and reset onto this one. Terrorize is going to be here. The Mantis Style gets popped out now as well, and Norman's still going to be alive through that.
GG.
That is going to be the dieback. That is going to be the GG. I'm pretty damn sure. BKB comes out. There's going to be the Yule Scepter out now as well for the Tiny Stormstormer trying to move himself away, but Yawai, even through his health pool, that is just going to be crit after crit after crit. The damage, the buyback coming through. The Ancient is exposed. The BKB is on cooldown. Can they get the kill out onto Yawai? Yawai's going to get low into this, but not quite dead just yet. And again, the Satanic comes out. Yawai's got the lifesteal, might be able to get the dieback out to Stormstormer. Stormstormer caught in, yep, lockdown now as well. They have enough. And it looks like, I mean, Alelis, as good as he's been doing, I don't see him hitting the 1v4 here. Well, maybe the 2v4 now, because the Doom is back alive.
Yeah. In that fight, the Hurricane Pie coming out of Yawai actually saved his life, because otherwise he would have been caught in by the Avalanche, and that would have definitely killed him. But he stays alive. Game is over. I mean, look, he's trying his best. You see Shad is doing his best, just trying to leverage his net worth, but no, it's over.
Yeah.
GG, well played.
But it shows that Team Next Level, there's a reason they've made it to this grand finals, that they aren't just some pushover team. They definitely have the quality in the team to take the game to OG. I really do like their lineup a little bit more than TNL's. TNL, I think they're relying on Yawai to be that, that ultimate late game carry. But we've already seen OG. They like to start fast. They like to go fast. And it might just be a little bit too much for them here, TNL, to weather this storm.
So I cannot imagine, and this should be a favorable matchup overall, especially in the earlier portions of the laning phase. So I imagine that he's still feeling very confident. Like we were mentioning earlier, the game state is the problem, not necessarily the lane. So as long as he can do what he does, keep putting pressure out onto Stormstormer, he should be fine.
Yeah. Oh, Shad here could be in a little bit. I mean, Norma's going to try and go right up to him, but it looks like Shad actually wants to push in and get the farm off here onto the boars. Okay. Bottom lane, there is going to be the disruption coming through now. Trying to step up Flacco. The blood grenade comes out now as well. Mixer, the body blocks from Yawai, trying to keep Flacco alive. Flacco trying to run himself away from this one, but he does have that battle hunger on top of him now as well.
Nice.
And Mixer, not even, just over a minute into the game, already picks up the first blood. Daze gets low. Yawai, he did go for that reflection level 1, so he doesn't have the metamorphosis to get the range to get the damage out onto Daze.
Small tangent. I was just watching that mid lane for like the last minute or so. My god, Stormstormer is so good at this hero. He's been doing a really cool thing. Like, he's using the Force Spirit for a dual purpose, well, to a triple purpose. Number 1 purpose, obviously, to help secure lost hits. Number 2 purpose, to help dodge the Aether Remnant. Whenever he sees Aether Remnant coming, he puts the Force Spirit in front of it, so he doesn't even have to move out the way, and the Force Spirit eats the drag back. And then even more importantly, he's been using the Force Spirit to just constantly deny water runes. There's a reason why Dual Rays, his bottle has just felt like it's empty the entire time. This one Force Spirit has been making so much magic happen for Stormstormer here. It's the only reason why this lane is even remotely even. Because if Dual Rays was able to pick up those runes, would have been owning it. Now Dual Rays barely escapes the second gang coming in from Daze.
Dulres, he is going to be underneath vision there, but there's not going to be anything to punish him out, Dulres. So He's got his boots already going to go for those power treads out. Meanwhile, the bottom lane once again, this time Sunstrike, he's going to be here. The call going to be perfectly timed here. Blue Grenade comes in. Yaoi can get himself away. There is going to be the Shadow Word to try and keep him alive a little bit longer, but Mixer does get the kill, and now for Flacco back, he's not got a lot of mana left, so back behind that tier 1 tower, just playing it safe. So we'll see bottom lane if Yaoi is going to live through this one. The TPs are going to start to come out as well. And Shad this time, well, there is going to be the chaotic offering being dropped here, but Yaoi is going to go down. Shad picks up that kill this time here. Mixer, he's got that blade mail going. He's still going to be taking down. Flacco gets the credit for the kill. Requiem comes through now as well. Is there going to be more follow-up onto this one? Dual Race, he's already used pretty much all of his spells. And look at this one. Lelis with the right clicks down onto him. The Race is coming through now as well. Just needs one more. Anything. Daze gets the credit for the kill. Takes down, and Finance is going to go up to Stormstormer too. Flacco, is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? I mean, the Spirit sees him, the Spirit chases him down, but it looks like the rest of OG, they just want to focus on this tier 1 tower, make life really uncomfortable for this Terrorblade. And yeah, that Blink Dagger though, the Batrider has the gold for the Blink Dagger. Oh, top lane now, Sunstrike comes through, Stormstormer again, locking down Flacco and getting another kill on the board. Noma might even lose his Black Dragon here now as well. Daze actually jumps himself into the middle of this one. There is going to be the storm coming through, so Daze going to live through this one. Finance, can he get the kill? He does get the kill. Requiem comes out now as well. They just rip through these two heroes. And yeah, OG, 12 kills to 3. Once again, 8k net worth lead going their way. OG back in the driver's seat of the series.
No real contest emerging right now from Team Next Level. What can they even do? And they smoke immediately. Because honestly, they are so strong right now. I'd be looking to fight everywhere. In fact, they should find a fight and just continue pushing into the tier 2 tower. And guess what? They had vision of your why. They had the Observer Ward just expired a second ago, but they still know. Now they see it again. The ward is replanted and Daze gets him.
Blink in, Disruption comes out. Going to be the immediate call out for the Sunstrike. Daze gets the credit for the kill this time. And you can see, like, exactly how you said, you're going to have Lelis here that's going to be able to push down this creep wave. They can either go into the mid lane, you'll look for more fights, which they might just do. They're going to be looking for another kill. He was trying to drop the rock there. Chaotic offering, it was mid-cast. Daze, Disruption, going to be able to keep himself alive. Does he set up for another fight? The Invoker might be able to come back into this one. Nope, Daze, maybe a step too far here for the Shadow Demon. Big initiation hero like that Batrider there too that can look for the Blink Lasso in. Yo, even if he buys back, it's going to take him like 3 or 4 seconds to get to that tier 3 tower to get the Blink, and Shad is just more than happy to put the pressure out. Fortification will be used, but that's most of the tier 3 tower. In fact, does he go back for this one? Does he want to try and finish it off? I think he might just do.
We spoke about this in the draft. At some point, you'll have Alacrity on SF with Forge Spirits hitting buildings. Yeah. And look how quickly this melts. This is like damage that you see at 40-something minutes, not at 27.
Dive comes in here. Shadow, there is going to be the Force Staff away with that Hurricane Pike to keep the Shadow Fiend from taking too much damage. Dual Ray's doing what he can to try and protect his base.
Beastmaster?
Oh, Beastmaster. Yeah, what are they going to be able to do here? Who's got the TP away? Okay. Daze Mixer, they were looking for it, but he just immediately gets the TP out. No, but there is a Lincoln Sphere here. The Lasso is going to be still be on top of them. Did he get it off? There's going to be the Chaotic Offering coming through here. Is he going to die through this? No, look at the damage. He actually turned this one around. They take down the Warlock. He's going to stand his ground. The Roar comes out now onto the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Fiend is going to be low. Backlands Yaoi. He gets a lot of damage off. He's going to have to use that Sunder there, though. So it's going to be a trade. It's a carry for your support. And Flacco, did he want to carry on going into this one? Because Flacco did take down Shad. They have that Warlock going up who can hit onto that tier 2 tower. But the Metamorphosis is already about 2/3 of the way through. Do they want to carry on going? BKB out for Stormstormer now. Going to be out with that. Oh, the Tornado connects. There's going to be the dive in as well from the Axe. Can they get the kill? There was no Sunder. He'd already used it at the start of the other fight. And now the Disruption. They might be able to go for a little bit more here. Mixer just backing himself away because he does have that Spirit Vessel on him. So he's going to be debuffed out now. Finance trying to run himself. The Shadow Poison, is it going to be enough? He is low, but not quite enough for the kill. Well, Stormstormer, he says, you know what, I'm going to go in for the right clicks now, and I think he's just enough. Yeah, the blink away from the Batrider there too. Just a little bit too short now. Elder Titan, got to be careful. Dual Rays looking for that kill again. Spirit Vessel doing a lot of work here up against the Elder Titan, and it's going to be the EMP coming through, trying to keep Lelis alive. Lelis backing himself away. He might just not going to be able to take him down. Lelis will live.
But I can also fully understand why he would go for this route. But for me, the really big item, I'm still waiting for this BKB from Norma. Like, they only have one BKB piercing disable on the side of OG at the moment in the form of this Axe Call. So if Norma actually has better movement, but oh no, look middle.
The Lotus! It keeps Finance locked down there. Really well played. Shad's going to be able to walk himself away. Chaotic Offering comes through here. It's a lot of damage out. They're going to be able to take down the Shadow Fiend once again. Daze trying to get himself away here. Shadow Demon with a self-disrupt. Can he keep himself? Nah, he's surrounded by way too much. So, okay. This Battle Rider twice in a row now, being able to break the Lincolns with the Force Staff and then immediately be able to get the lasso off, really making it work up against. And yeah, Shad been punished twice for that. OG just happy to sit and just wait for, you know, TNL to make the first move here. They can come in with another smoke as well, and it is going to be the Roche Pit. Yawai's going to be straight in there, but again, is this just a bait on as the Spirit walks in from the ET? Both teams, I really like this one. Both teams putting the respect out, taking the time.
Yawai. He might die. Yawai, get out.
Oh, he's going to be on the camp here. Storm is invis, but he's going to be the dive in from Dual Race now as well. Requiem was being channeled by Shad. Doesn't complete now as well. The Remnant, they're going to be able to get the last over onto Mixer. Mixer is going to be dragged back here into the waiting arms of Yawai. Yawai's going to be a lot of damage now. The call comes out, but the Manta Star was already there. The Meteor is going to be dropped now as well. Mixer is going to go down. Those Fatal Bonds are up, though. They get the kill out onto the Beastmaster in return. Requiem comes through. Can they take down Dual Race? Dual Race trying to keep himself alive onto this one, trying to get on top of the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, that will live. Spirit Urn on top. One more right click. Flacco might just go down. Can he get himself away? The raise, it will connect Shad. He gets himself the triple. Yawai is going to be disrupted now by Daze. Stormer with the TP in with those boots of travel. Sunder comes out onto Daze. Daze, he didn't get that Lotus Orb out in time now. EMP comes out. Yawai, he's going to lose all the health he just got back. Will go down. The buyback comes through from the Warlock, but the Warlock going to be so careful that he doesn't die back here. They might just have to give this one up. Lela's going to walk himself forward. There's going to be the stomp out onto Flacco. Flacco, you have the right clicks now. That is going to be the dieback onto the Warlock. This is going to be a big opening from OG. What do they do with it?
Didn't want to show himself first, but they actually had a golden opportunity to kill him there and there before he popped his meta. Then he gets off the meta. All of a sudden, it's less palatable to jump him. But Dave is like, what are you cowards doing, bro? He just presses Q on this guy, gets the illusions out, and ends up dishing out an absurd amount of damage with those illusions. And more importantly, creating space for Shad as he disrupted all the heroes behind him. Shad goes forward, able to get off all of his spells, and there's nobody to counter him at the forefront of the fight. If Daze had died first, all of that is impossible. Shad will just not be able to have the presence in that situation, but shout out to Daze. 20k lead right now. It is looking dicey. I think one of the problems that they've been experiencing for the last time. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, look at this one. Yeah, they're going to have the back lines. Did that roar come through? It didn't from the Beastmaster. Now the Beastmaster, well, they're going to be able to get the kill into Dual Race. Norman now. The Cataclysm comes out. The Coin Blade. They take down the Beastmaster, who immediately buys back. Backline, though, Yawai. The lasso comes through, but look at the right clicks coming through. Yawai is just being melted. The Sunder, but Chad, he has that Satanic. He's going to be able to get all of his health, well, most of his health back. He just melts through the entire team with no buybacks left. This is going to be it. Yeah, you've called it. That is going to be the GG.
With the Satanic, gets up to full. He has his own Sunder Rob. Now they get the GG. It's OG. I don't know if we'll see them at TI, but we're all going to see them at the top of the CCT mountain.